Okay. So as we start, just allow yourself to choose a point below the computer or away from the screen, just choosing a point down slightly, perhaps somewhere on the floor. And just allow your vision to slowly begin to relax. Just softening here. And start to notice your breath. Inhaling and exhaling. And just allow yourself to check in. Checking in with your body. Just to see if there is any part of it that just wants to relax. And on your next breath, just easily breathe your eyes closed. And just allow yourself to relinquish any little pockets of tension, wherever they might be. They might be in your face or in your neck or in your shoulders. Maybe in your arms or hands. Just taking a moment to feel down through your chest and your abdomen, through your hips and your thighs. And just noticing if there is any unnecessary tension, unnecessary holding. Noticing down through the legs and through the feet. And we are not even really trying to relax or open the body. We are just a space in which everything can open and relax if it wants to. And not insisting upon anything. And just take a moment here to feel the quality of awareness in and around your head. The way through that opening of awareness has a sense of a vast open sky in and around your head. And this is simply something that we can notice. We don't create it. It's already there. It's just this open sky-like awareness. And perhaps a thought will enter into it, and that's okay. And then that thought will just simply fall away. And notice how the sky-like awareness in and around the head is just a space. It's a clearing. It really has no preferences in and of itself for what arises or what is heard or what is felt. It's just a sort of intimate, open space. You might notice that this space is just naturally quiet, but there's no attachment to the quiet. It's just an open, quiet space where even sounds can arise and the quiet isn't disturbed. And you can just let your awareness just sink down from around the mind, from around the head into this space around the heart or the chest. Just feeling that awareness sinking down to that heart space. Seeing that awareness in the heart space and also within the heart. And don't be bothered if the heart feels in any way tight or closed. Remember, you are just an invitation. You are just a space where things get to be how they are. There is no goal here for an open or closed heart. It's just noticing the quality of awareness around or within the heart. It's often felt to be just a little felt sense of closeness or intimacy. And you may at times feel, when resting in or around the heart, a kind of subtle sense of presence or radiance. And the human heart, by that we mean the affected heart that has feelings and emotions. The human heart is actually within this bigger sense of a heart. This sense of heartful presence, heartful awareness. That the human heart of feelings is within this bigger heart. Because the human heart does need something to open into. And now you can allow that awareness to drop down a little bit more. Down through the solar plexus, down into the area in and around the lower part of your belly. Just allowing the awareness to just settle down around the belly. And remember to keep breathing as you arrive in this place. And you might intuit that when we experience awareness through this portal, through this dimension, that it takes on this sense of mystery. Just notice that it may not exactly be like that big clear space of sky around the mind. It may feel a little bit more dark and mysterious. And if you are kind of looking or relating to that deep, mysterious, dark awareness, it can be sometimes intimidating or frightening. But if you, instead of looking at it and into it, and just in essence, let yourself become it, don't hold yourself apart, then it's not as frightening. Just allowing yourself to be it. And that sense and that intuition of that incredible deep quiet that's down in that deep dimension of being. Unimaginable quiet. And that deep quiet can suffuse the body-mind just by feeling that sense of quiet, that sense of dark mystery. Not just noticing, but sensing it, feeling it throughout the entire body. And now you can just sort of relax, holding the attention anywhere. You don't have to hold it in the lower part of your belly, or in your heart, or around the head. You can just sort of see where it wants to go. Maybe it is naturally inclined to one of those three centers. And maybe it just opens up in this sort of all-inclusive way. It's just like you are letting go of directing it in any way and just allowing it to be, just as it is, wherever it wants to go. And you may notice that there is a meditation that is happening underneath your attempt to meditate. There is a quiet that is underneath the intention to notice the quiet. This is why, in its deepest sense, meditation is something that we allow to happen. And it's not something that we make happen. We notice that it's happening in the deepest part of our being, the deepest part of our psyche, and we just notice it. And then we join with it, as it's always there, simply waiting for us to arrive. And I invite you to take a breath. And as you breathe, just notice for one more moment that space that is in and around your head. Just seeing what you notice without judgment. Just noticing beyond the boundaries of your head, what this space feels like for you. And then allowing yourself to do the same in that heart-centered space. Within the heart and around the heart. Just noticing what this space feels like for you. And then noticing what that space feels like down right below the belly. Just the quality of these spaces, just noticing. Noticing if you can feel the difference. Noticing how they feel for you. And to connect all of these this morning, I invite you to continue with that felt sense of the head connecting into the heart, dropping down through the belly, and feeling a grounding cord dropping down through that pelvis, through the layers of the earth, moving down, grounding this energy, and connecting to the center of our planet. And taking a breath. And as we are expanding this kind of felt sense awareness, just noticing if you experience anything upon the intention of connecting to the earth. Sometimes there might be a little jolt of energy that's felt, almost like a magnet attaching. And just feel yourself connected in this way, nourished in this way, aligned in this way. And then at the same time, bringing that energy down above from the top of your head, that cosmic energy moving down through that crown chakra in the center of your head, and allowing it to pour down through that space in front of your spine and behind your heart. Feeling this like a liquid gold, perhaps, sliding down and looping underneath your pelvis, moving back up the front of your body until it's going to come back out the top of your head, showering around in all directions, encasing you in this bubble, showering down around your energetic field, your aura. And just notice if there's any shift in this felt sense, how you feel. Noticing that when we bring our attention and intention into something, how it can actually shift the feeling or the sense in our bodies. just with a pure visualization and intention. And when you're ready, I invite you to bring one hand to your heart-centered space. And just sending yourself gratitude for arriving here this morning. And perhaps remembering that that meditation is always happening, just waiting for you to arrive inside of it, into that deep space of quiet. And as you're sending yourself gratitude, if you would like, sending everyone else gratitude for being here this morning and those who will be listening in the future. And when you're ready, I invite you to start to wiggle fingers and toes, bringing yourself back in fully into the room and back into the group.